Alright, another starting class challenge? Well, not quite. So, while we take out the Silent Demon and make our way to Firelink and further on, let's quickly talk about what this is going to be. So, yeah, it's kind of a starting class challenge, however, with a little twist, right? This time I decided, hey, I want to use the Knight set, right? And maybe a weapon I haven't used much before. And then I was starting to think, and I realized, you know what, it would be a quality build of the broadsword, pretty much the same as with the warrior and the longsword. That's not interesting, let's do something different. Let's go after... well, we had to do this. So yeah, Mildred has been defeated, and we will take her butcher knife and use this with a strength build. That is something I've barely done before. And I made sure to pick up this large Titanite shard as well. So then, let's continue. So, we will increasing our strength to 40, and then we will level vitality and endurance. We want to be able to fast roll, and at the moment all we can do is wield the butcher knife. No other way to fast roll, except the first hollow we kill up here in the Undead Burg actually drops us a hollow soldier's waistcloth, and that enables us the fast roll. However, in preparation for wearing the full Knight set, right? I went after Havel. This was rather time consuming, but you can parry him, you can backstab him, right? Just pick up the Havel's ring, make sure you don't bone back or do anything without picking this up. But yeah, the first part of this video will be the new game experience pretty much, and yeah, Taurus Demon with some gold pine resin, absolutely no problem. I took time to talk to Solaire, gaze at the sun with him before going to Andre, buying the remaining Titanite shards I needed to get the butcher knife to +5, and that is already a substantial boost in our damage, right? Next up, I made sure to summon Witch Beatrice for the Moonlight Butterfly. It speeds up the fight, and I didn't want to sit there waiting, right? She just annihilates this boss incredibly well, so yeah, she received a bow for her help. The gargoyles met the same fate. I died in the room leading up to them though, in the try before, which was rather dumb and embarrassing, however it worked out. I made sure to pick up the wolf ring on the way though, because that's always very helpful. 40 poise against the Capra Demon makes it quite easy to take him and the dogs out. Pinwheel was next on the list, used some charcoal pine resin to speed it up a little bit, and I just did this to get the Silver Serpent ring, right? This is always very much appreciated in leveling characters up. Now I will still have to go through New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus, but that's alright. With this ring, pretty much at the start of New Game Plus Plus you will reach 125, so yeah. There we go, Gaping Dragon has been defeated, the Channeler was still alive, but that's okay, just make sure not to get hit too much by him. And yeah, then we went on to defeat Quaylak during the second Bell of Awakening, and also make sure to give Ceaseless Discharge his canonical death. Thank you very much for the souls. Sadly, it's all bosses time this time around again, so Sith has to go down, because we will need to be able to fight the 4 kings. That was rather unpleasant, and as you saw there, our strength is already on level 40, so we pretty much have most of the scaling done, right? I think I will even stay on 50. 3 hits with the butcher knife two-handed are enough to stagger the golem once. 2 more hits and he falls off. Thank you very much. That brings us to Anor Londo, which all we really have to do here is collect some free chunks maybe, and also level up. So you can see here, pretty much want to have 20 vitality, well 22 would be optimal with the Ring of Favor and Protection, that boosts us over 1000 hit points. But yeah, we still need more endurance as well. ONS, I went after Ornstein first, as I pretty much always do. And yeah, was rather okay damage, I must say. The fight against the Super Smo went fairly well. Yeah, 314 damage. We stagger with like 3 hits, if I remember correctly. So that, yeah, went pretty smoothly as well. We made sure to As you saw there, I was also rocking the Wolf Ring for that poise. I just like to have a little bit of poise, and 40 is a lot in PvE. Don't underestimate this ring. Guinevere gives us the Lord Vessel, which enables us to warp around. Greatly appreciate that, right? So we don't have much to do now except for gathering the 4 Lord Souls and also placing the Lord Vessel. That's part 1 of PvE done. We will meet with part 2. So then, we go back to Stray Demon, because we do want that Titanite slab. We want quite a few of them, right? Because we want to upgrade our armor as well, maybe have some backup weapons. So yeah, 2 slabs per playthrough guaranteed. 1 from Stray Demon, 1 you can grab from the chest in the Arena of Calamite, right? In the DLC. So these 2 slabs are guaranteed. You have a chance for slabs drop-wise from the Darkroot Wraiths in New Londo, and also, hang on a minute, next up, yeah, we did make sure to grab the doll. Then we started to upgrade our Butcher Knife to plus 15. Awesome. That is around the time I always want to have that happen, because, yeah, 4 Kings is just pretty much DPS check. I think the Butcher Knife with 40 strength did rather well in this, honestly. Really decent damage, no big problems at all. Especially here in New Game, right? So yeah, 4 Kings are down. The other way to receive Titanite slabs is obviously in the Great Hollow. There is like 10 crystal lizards there, right? That you can deal. And yeah, right now we are just working. That you can deal? That you can... Wow, words. That you can kill to receive the drop. And yeah, we are working, as I said, at DLC access. We are working on endurance levels because we do want to equip our full set. For now we can at least get the chest piece and the leggings going, which is very nice, and still have a fast roll, right? So we needed a lot of stats for that, as well as Havel's Ring and the Ring of Favor and Protection. However, that's all fine, right? DLC access has been granted. Now, since I am just here, I went back to do the Duke skip. It's been a while since I've done that, so I needed a couple of tries. However, at some point I was able to get this done, which is amazing. Seath is next, our Lord Soul of the choosing. And yeah, very, very decent damage against him with the Butcher Knife. Amazing. And remember, we can always infuse those with resins to get lightning and fire damage and stuff, right? So yeah, the boss gauntlet, Demon Fire Sage, Centipede Demon, on our way to the Bed of Chaos. All of these were quite okay to do, except Bed of Chaos, of course. I hate this boss so much, but it got what it deserves at the end. So yeah, Nito was my next Lord Soul of choosing, and he was rather okay. Now, Gwendolyn, because this is an all bosses run, yeah, we do decent damage there. Same goes for Priscilla, which I didn't want to, but all bosses, there we go. Sanctuary Guardian, we are now in the DLC, goes down rather quickly and rather easily, I might add. So that's good to see. And then we duel with Artorias, which, yeah, pretty okay, right? Gave him a bow as well. We will come back to this fight and to ONS in New Game Plus Plus, which is why these boss fights are cut so... Like, all of them are just the killing blows. By the way, I just don't want the runtime of this video to be too bloated. But yeah, Calamite goes down as well as Manus. Now, Manus gave me a lot of trouble as always, but I am slowly getting better at the fight. As you can see, 45 endurance. We are now working on our HP. And there we go, we are at Gwyn. Now we start parrying him and we try to get him in the parry loop. I did speed this up though, just so you can see. And yeah, just parries, parries, and riposte, right? And that concludes our new game adventure. All bosses slain, very, very nice. We are absolutely preparing for New Game Plus and further beyond. And I figured, you know what, just doing strength and endurance and vitality, I have open spots. You can spot heal there as a miracle, and that will come into play into New Game Plus and beyond, because there's another miracle we want in that slot. But yeah, we did link the fire, and we will see us in New Game Plus Plus. Alrighty, we are in New Game Plus Plus. Hello! I love those stones so much. And yeah, here is the build on level 125. 50 vitality, right? 46 endurance, because that's what we need. 30 faith, and enough for enough attunement to get one single slot. We also did pick up a secondary weapon, right? We have the Butcher Knife maxed out, as well as the Man Serpent Greatsword. So, very cool, a Greatsword, and the Butcher Knife actually is classified as an axe. So, it's not quite the same thing, right? And then we have the Cross Crest Shield, we have the Dragon Crest Shield, and the regular Crest Shield is somewhere as well for our shields. And the Sanctus. And you might think, what are you up to? Why the Miracle Slot? Well, we also have a Pyromancer Flame with Power Within, by the way. I didn't use this on this boss though. But yeah, we have Sunlight Blade at the moment. That is meant for phase 2 of this fight, but also as a mix-up if you decide to use it. But the main thing is though, like, the Butcher Knives gives you HP on hit. Yeah, it's not a lot, but over time, right? Especially in PvE, it stacks up. The Sanctus is passive HP regen as well. And with the Miracle Slot, we can slot in Replenishment, which also gives us HP regen, right? So I figured, hey, why not? Why not turn the Knight into a little bit of a regen, life on hit prototype? Like, this works better in the newer games. However, why not just try it out in the original Dark Souls, right? And see how it works. And I have to say, yeah, it's not that much HP that you gain on hit, and the regen isn't that much. I still feel it's quite useful though. Yeah, as you can see here, I mean, damage in New Game Plus Plus against ONS here is still pretty decent and very much the stagger potential of this thing. However, the damage we take, that was half of our HP bar there. Right? That was like 900 damage. Remember, we have 1800 health with this setup. And yeah, for phase 2, I decided, hey, you know what? I am going to use Sunlight Blade for this, just to get that lightning buff. And 346-ish damage. 3 hits to stagger, super Smo. That is fairly decent, actually. I'll take it. And yeah, from then on out, it's just a brawl against Smo, right? And nothing too special. He doesn't gain anything new compared to New Game, right? It's just more damage and better defenses, I guess, more HP. So, yeah. The fight pretty much the same. The strategy stays the same, basically. And yeah, I'm very happy though to have a 125 character ready for invasions, right? Or that can get invaded as well. Managed to sneak by this shovel attack somehow. And yeah, obviously one thing I did do through all the 3 game cycles is picking up enough of the Firekeeper souls to get my Estus to +7, right? And also kindle most of the bonfires to +20. Well, only those where I'm actually using a lot of PvP, right? Or the areas that I expect a lot of PvP, where I am invading and stuff like that. And let's see, without the buff, we are doing even more damage. Yep. That's insane, but it is what it is. There we go. Super Smoke goes down. ONS is done in New Game Plus Plus. Awesome. Why did I do this gesture? I don't know. And next up we do have our New Game Plus Plus fight against Artorias. I still chose Sunlight Blade for some bizarre reason, but I'm not quite sure. I think I didn't even use it. We do like 290 damage to him, which is not that bad for New Game Plus Plus, or New Game Plus 2, however you wanna call that, right? And I think it's fine. He did annihilate me on my first try because I didn't respect the timings. That just sometimes happens, right? That's on me though, and not on the build. But yeah, oh, I did use it, I think, at some point. We need to make sure to get him out of his buff though, because in New Game Plus Plus onwards, like, he deals immense damage with that buff active. Well, actually already in New Game, right? If you remember, if you're not that tanky, it can be very difficult to deal with that buffed up Artorias. However, as you can see, we are just slowly working on him, using the timings in the fight, right? The openings he gives us. Sometimes I misjudge and I get punished for it, but that's just how this fight works, right? And over the past couple of playthroughs, I was thinking a lot about this fight, and oh, I remember this. There you saw the benefit of the poise though, right? I was able to not get flattened and basically shrug the hit off, walk away, and we don't have that much poise with this set, but it is enough to sometimes just walk away. Even hits from manas we can shrug off, which is very, very nice. However, this gives me a lot of hope for PvP, right? And I think it's looking good. It really is looking good. Now then, what is left to say about the fight with Artorias? Honestly, not much. Like, it really depends on the weapon you are wielding, on how hard you can punish him, right? Obviously, the slower weapons with big damage are quite good in just sneak in one hit, get a good amount of damage out of that, and then sneak back out, which is quite nice. And the faster attacking weapons sometimes get away with just hitting him twice and do the same amount of damage than the heavier weapon would do with one, right? So it's really just a balancing act. Depending on how fast your weapon is, though, you also can't punish every window that you see or think you can see, and this will come especially apparent with like ultra greatswords, or even if you are a spellcaster that hasn't 45 dex for max cast speed, right? You will need to focus a lot more on which openings you are actually able to punish. And I think that's the main thing of this fight, right? This is going to be the last swing. Thank you, Artorias, for a very nice duel at the conclusion of New Game Plus Plus PvE. Which leads us to the last part of this playthrough, PvP. Yeah, on Soul level 125. I invaded the world of Sekiro, so I thought, okay, I need to be careful, right? We are using replenishment for that regen, Sanctus for that regen, and the Butcher Knife for that HP on hit. And this is like, it's just go time. Just go in, press R1. Obviously we can parry with the Sanctus, but all we want to do really is get in and deal out some damage. Now, I saw him, and I wasn't sure, should I just engage or should I run past and pretend I didn't see him? However, he did not have any poise, which in PvP lets you get traded like that. Thank you for the duel, thank you for the invasion, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this run. See you next time, and as always, take care. Bye.